Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. How do we feel? Calm, cool, and collected. With the goat head, 3 HP. Terrible stats for offense, but goat head, 3 HP, telepathy, that's not bad. DS68, I wish, but fortunately Miyazaki retired. And G, Ryan, how are you going to win this one? I don't know, hopefully with a statistical increase on this room. You know, without getting too galaxy brain, it is an XL floor. Interesting. Without getting too galaxy brain, Seraphim is a DPS up. It actually might be a very good DPS up only because of where we're starting, you know? Not in an incredible position. We also have what I would describe as a very meager ability to use telepathy to actually do damage, but you can see for yourself. Like, I wouldn't expect this run to really get hot until at least our first floor deal with the devil. Ooh, I forgot you shoot, actually. If young Metro don't trust you. So I'm trying to, you know, you want to get on real galaxy brain levels. And I know you do, then you gotta do what we're doing right here, which is using telepathy to create a shot that's also an orbital. So because we have a half heart available, and because we have the goat head, very unique circumstance that allows us to step on those spikes without compromising our deal with the devil, and thus the run. Not exactly a play you need to have a quadruple digit IQ to understand, but in doing so we also got to save a bomb, which is very important. We don't have any bombs right now, so they're a little bit precious. And, you know, in saving this bomb, now there's a tinted rock that we can use it on instead. How about that? Funk Soul Brother, check it out now. If you weren't alive in the late 1990s and the early 2000s, I gotta give you, you know, my impression of, you know, those years. And keep in mind, I was, you know, low double-digit ages. Pretty much, no matter where you went, everywhere on Earth, there was a picture of David Beckham, and you couldn't shake a stick without hearing a song by Fatboy Slim, a song by Moby, or a song by Basement Jaxx. Now you might be saying, NL, you seem to have the real world confused with FIFA 2002. Look, when I was in 8th grade, the world was FIFA 2002. And not the World Cup edition. Don't make me laugh. I want the edition with the clubs. Where am I going? I gotta think about this. I do want to blow up the Tinted Rock, but I also want to reroll this, and I think Blood of the Martyr is an acceptable pickup for sure. I mean, it's more than acceptable. I wouldn't say we've doubled our DPS, but I'm too lazy to run the math, so sure, let's just say we doubled our DPS. And we're looking for another bomb to blow up that Tinted Rock, and, you know, if we're able to get one, I'm not going to say that we win the run, but we're in a pretty darn good spot. So you should never do what I'm doing here, but I'm doing it anyway. Why should you never do it? I don't know. What if you sneeze and accidentally walk over the spikes one extra time, okay? There's real concerns involved here. I feel like you're not really giving it the credence it deserves. Nor the clear water, and don't even get me started on the revival. Okay, so obviously we're not getting a rate of fire increase from famine. That's okay. We have gotten absurdly lucky on our deals with the devil recently. Like, unbelievably lucky. On our last couple of runs, or maybe even our last few, you know, a couple, I guess, would be 2. A few is 3, I don't know. It's very subjective, right? So I don't like the words. Couple makes sense, because, you know, a couple is a colloquialism meaning 2. But as soon as we get into a few, several, etc., 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 we don't know what's what anymore. I definitely do not feel comfortable taking both of these in our current situation. So I will take Guppy's Hairball. And I know you're like, hey, why not on top of that take a guppy's tail. No! Okay? I'm done being pushed around by myself. As much as I would love to have, and we could have popped strength to make sure we wouldn't have died while taking it, but that's not really, you know, that only gives us HP for one room. It doesn't remove the danger element there. I'm not gonna, I would go down to 1 HP to become Guppy, but I'm not gonna go down to 1 HP to have a better chance to become Guppy. Without any other, like if it was 9 lives, it'd be a different story, but those are 2 Guppy items that provide essentially very, very little benefit by themselves. Yo, don't do what I'm doing here. Thank you, Seraphim. You've done me a great service there. You gotta remember, you only have 2 HP. That's very little. Probably the smartest use... Pop strength. I ain't going out like this. Oh man, that was scary. What I was gonna say earlier is that's probably the smartest use of telepathy I've ever done. I popped, nobody was shooting, but I popped it because I said one of these guys might shoot and leave me in danger. That's exactly what freaking happened. Okay, so what are we gonna do? A little, you know, dose of adrenaline early in the day. It's nice. Gets you ready for all sorts of fight or flight responses you might have over the rest of your existence. And I don't really want to open that. Thank you very much. I think that we got saddled with a pretty tough room, but we're not actually in a bad situation. You know, 2 HP and a Spirit Heart with 1 Guppy item, guaranteed deals with the devil, and having improved our DPS substantially, I'm feeling pretty good. This is like your average level of Isaac stress with a little bit of a peak slightly earlier. What on earth? This has got to be... Anytime, you know, at this point in my Isaac existence, and I was just testing to see if telepathy worked on the fires, and it totally does. At this point in my Isaac existence, anytime you can make me say the F word, and that's frick, of course, you know that things have gotten interesting. We absolutely have to take Abaddon. Now, why not take the Razor Blade on top of it? You're right, except I don't want to risk walking on the spikes twice. I think that's the only thing that could have caused us trouble there. Abaddon has been showing up with regularity. And, you know, we've talked a lot about the propensity for items to show up more than once after they show up once. It seems like, you know, if you see an item, the odds of you seeing it on your next run are like at least 20% higher for whatever reason. I'm not complaining. You can complain when it's like, you know, kidney stone, which we have been seeing a little bit more frequently as well. But I'm not going to complain when it's Abaddon. HP damage, like, we're in an amazing spot right now. D1, very interesting. Can at least use that to get a little bit more money, but I do want to stick with telepathy long term. So this one looks like it's going off without a hitch as well. Fantastic. Can't complain. Things were getting a little spotty. How was my day so far? Thank you for asking me. Little one-sided conversation, but I've come to expect it at this point in my life. It's been good. I gotta be honest though, dude, you know, I got those January media blues. I'm looking for stuff to watch, and I know, it's a very first world problem, okay? Because I know everyone's like, just watch The Good Place. It's a great show. I don't disbelieve you, but I like to watch boring non-fiction shows. And I'm gonna fight in our mob trap room here to try to get enough money to make the shop worthwhile. Or maybe create an arcade or something. Like, I have these, the greatest sleep aids in my entire life have been audio products related to the history of planet Earth. So, like, I've talked ad nauseum about hardcore history. No disrespect meant to Dan Carlin. This is my favorite podcast of all time. The episodes just don't come out fast enough for me. And it's not because my dude is not working hard. It's just because he, you know, researches them exhaustively and puts a ton of work into them, so they take forever to come out. You know, life goes on. We do have 1 bomb now. I'm gonna, please give me enough money to buy a Steam sale. This could be a real fun one. No! Okay, I'm just gonna leave then. So I got these books. There's this author named Susan Wise Baker, and her books are on Audible. And she's got these books that basically cover the history of human existence from the dawn of recorded history onwards. And I'm telling you this because sometimes, you know, a certain percentage of people go, nerd. That's nerdy. I fall asleep watching Boruto. Okay, fair enough. I guess I'm the nerd in this situation. And it's backwards day. Hold on. But some people are like, I've been looking for stuff like this. Thank you so much. If you got stored up Audible credits, I cannot conceive of a better use of them if you're the kind of person that I am here than, you know, literally 30-hour-long audiobooks that are like the history of the world from the, you know, Renaissance to today. You know, it's beautiful. But in terms of Netflix, I've just run out of, and maybe it's a good thing for planet Earth, I've run out of true crime documentaries about real murders that took place in the American South and Midwest. It's just I'm out. I guess I know all of the murders. I'm not saying make more. But I'm moving on. I've expanded my tastes now. I also can get down with documentaries, and I'm using Netflix's own weird genres, you know? Movies that have purple in them, you know? Stuff like that, but documentaries about con men, you know? Wild Wild Country was a good one. I watched like an hour of this one last night called Sour Grapes. It's about what I don't even know what word you would use. A wine counterfeiter gets like you know, a bottle of wine that's supposed to be, and I don't know anything about wine, just for the record. I'm not. If you think that I'm doing this to come across as some kind of, you know, authority on the subject of vintners, you are incorrect. I only know the word vintner because of Jeopardy. Thank you very much. But let's just take one of. It doesn't. I was just thinking about how it affects our deal with the devil, and the answer is probably not a lot at all. You know, you take a bottle of wine that's supposed to be maybe $250,000, and apparently there are wines that sell for that much. Not that I should be surprised, I guess. And, you know, that's all well and good, right? But what if you don't have that wine? What if instead you only have a bottle of Costco wine and a printer and Adobe Photoshop? That's basically what this guy was doing, at least, you know, from what it seems so far in the documentary. Very interesting. And, dude, it was... Yes. And I think at this point we're not using telepathy as much as we probably should, so let's leave. I think it's sensible. Hold on, let me hydrate here. We're going off into a bit, I can feel it. What I was gonna say is the documentary is interesting in two parts. One is the enigmatic main character at its subject, you know? This guy that everybody seemed to like, but then one person, you know, this like, what's the word for it's on the tip of my tongue. What is a winery? Vineyard, thank you, okay. This vineyard owner from like Burgundy, who's like, hey, you're selling my wines, but we ain't ever made a wine like that, and that's how the whole thing starts to unravel. Anyway, I'm just giving you the crux of it. So at one hand, you know, there's these kind of like interesting but very dislikable. I'm not saying unlikable. I'm going one step further. Dislikable characters at the subject. Where one guy, you know, right at the start of the documentary is like, you know, if you're going to drink wine, drink a 96. You can't afford a 96, get a 2002. You can't afford either of those, then just drink freaking beer. And I was like, wow, you are actually a detestable human being with a hilariously snobby attitude about alcohol. And I know, you know, it's fine if you want to be a snob about that stuff, but why do you have to wear it on your sleeve like that? He's like a Wall Street caricature. Okay, obviously we don't want any of this. All right, Tomo, you can go outside. And then the other aspect is, oh my god, I wouldn't say I didn't know that people could be this wealthy, but I guess, dude, we're pretty much good to go. Let's be real. I guess I had forgotten that people could be that absurdly wealthy, where there's one dude who's like, I had my whole wine collection investigated. It worked. By a like a wine auditor at his behest. And I found out that these 400 bottles are definitely fake bottles where they've just like printed out the label in Photoshop, and they were doing incredible stuff. They were like, you know, doing chemical analysis of the glue that is used to like attach the label to the glass, and then they're like, this is the exact chemical composition of Elmer's glue. But this bottle of wine is supposed to be from 1963, and Elmer's glue didn't exist until the 1970s, so that's a fake. Like, it's very sophisticated. But then the dude blew me away. He seems like a really, I mean, an affable older gentleman. He was like, these 400 bottles of wine that have been deemed fake, I spent over $4 million on them. And I was like, four, comma, 3 zeros, comma, 3 zeros on wine that you've never even consumed. And I get the idea. Don't get me wrong. You know, I understand the romance with a bottle of wine. You know, you don't buy and I don't get it, but I understand it, if that makes sense. Like, I can't see myself doing it, but I mean, mostly because I don't know about you guys. I don't really have $4 million and also a couple of cellars sitting around that I'm, you know, just eager to fill up. But beyond that, you know, it's not just like, oh, I'm going to buy this because it's going to taste so good. You know, you buy it, and it's a collection. You know, it's like sports cards or something like that. But it's sports cards that also you can kind of bust out for a special occasion, and you can turn your investment into a memory. You know, you could be like, oh, I got a 1969 bottle of whatever. It's my daughter's wedding. Check it out. You know, for your wedding, you're going to drink one of the most prized bottles of wine ever. It's an experience that, like, you know, under 10,000 people on planet Earth will ever have, or something like that. So, I mean, I get it, and in that way it sounds cool, even though I don't understand it. But I was also like, man, you spend $4 million on wines just to display. I guess, you know, some people are like that with, like, classic video games, I guess, but I don't believe... What's the rarest game? Is it still like that Nintendo Challenge one? You know what I'm talking about. The World Sports or something? I can't remember what it's called. But even that, I don't think it's 10 grand. Anyway, it seems very fraudulent, but if you see Sour Grapes on Netflix, don't spoil it for me, I haven't seen the end yet. But I would recommend it. But apart from that, dude, I'm starting to feel the burn a little bit here. Apart from that, I got a little bit of the January content blues, you know? Or I just find myself, please don't jump towards me. You know, looking and looking and looking, and I'm like, no, I don't want to watch to all the boys I've loved before. I had nothing against it, but I'm understanding, you know, when people are like, I'm hungry, and you're like, get something to eat. They're like, I don't have groceries, and you're like, well, go to the grocery store. They're like, I'm tired, I don't want to. I've always been like, you know, why don't you just nut up and do it? But I'm like that with content now. I am realizing everybody's got their price, right? Oh. Well, I think we're going to save Black Rune and do this floor over again, but our HP is a little wonky. I really wanted our shop to not have greed. That way we could buy some spirit hearts, but so be it. Like, I'm looking through Netflix, and I'm like, there's nothing to watch. And you're like, well, what about this, you know, agreed upon as the greatest show that's on television right now? Yeah, but I don't really feel like I would like the premise. And I can't tell if that's valid or invalid. My brain is telling me it's invalid, you know, because it's the same kind of situation if you went to, like, you know, Heston Blumenthal's molecular gastronomy restaurant, and you're like, you know, well, I gotta go here, it's the best restaurant in the world. And then you get there and he's like, well, this dish won 19 blue ribbons, widely agreed upon by food critics to be the greatest meal ever produced. And you're like, can I get that without any mushrooms, please? And his head explodes, and then you're on trial for murder, and then They make a very idiosyncratic documentary about it, and finally, I have something to watch. It always comes full circle. So this run has gotten very interesting. You are gonna say, NL, you've blown it. You've really blown this one. I disagree. For a couple of reasons. One is, I'm not dead yet. Another one is, I feel like statistically, this run, or from an attribute perspective, this run is not as, it hasn't stayed as good as it appeared it would from the start of this run onwards. Yes, Abaddon is amazing. But 10 rate of fire, 7.17 damage, and limited HP is not actually that good. Excuse me, sir. You have ended streaks before. Please pop up. $7.17 damage is very good, but in the context of what I would describe at this point of the game to be a below average rate of fire, nah, not really. You know, there's a lot of room to grow with that one. So, I would never, complain too hard about where we're at. Yo, that's huge. The other thing is that we've invested 2 HP in guppy items with, I wouldn't say no return. That was a very, very properly handled room there. But with not the return that we picked them up for. So many black runes. I just beg you for an item pedestal. So I'm just a little HP wary right now. I also, as much as I love our black runes here, we have too many. What we would love to see is, while we're holding one black rune, give us the Gauze. Something to purge the curse, give me a little bit of HP, some peace of mind. You have to go Sack of Sacks, as much as I would love to try to get a permanent stat increase in addition to Cracked Crown. It's all, at this point, it's all about just holding it together, and we're transitioning seamlessly from anecdote to strategy, and I'm feeling good today, and that's why, oh, that was dangerous. That's why I'm not too anxious about where we're at right now. Probably, if I could go back in time, I would not have taken BBF. I don't feel like that decision has helped us. I don't think it's hurt us much, but, anytime you're on 1 HP, I was shooting my own familiar there. Anytime you're on 1 HP, you probably want to cool it a little bit. With anything that could hurt you. That's not gonna hit. It hit! I'm out. So I'm ooh, the guys. Barricano, also good. I'm hoping for, Demon Hearts as well. The skulls have not really, they haven't paid out with a ton of skulls, but they haven't paid out with any consumables yet. And we're hoping that'll change. Not really willing to use this many bombs when we might need them for other purposes in the future. So, whoa! Careful. We just gotta try to bait him and then shoot in on the diagonal. Very nice. It feels like a second secret room. I'm willing to go for it. We did sacrifice our chance at boss rush. Oh, there's our shop. Yes, and definitely yes, and I feel like I could, with this much money, why not take a key? Our pill was a Tears downgrade, which is truly horrible. And we still have an item, no, we've already been to our item room. It was Sack of Sacks. Hit the sack, been too long, I'm glad to be back. Dude, this is not the kind of floor we were hoping for, and we're gonna be, there's plenty of ways out for us. But we would really, really... Sorry, I'm also focusing on, Mom's hand coming, or Mom's foot coming down at some point. Never mind. Really, really interested in getting a guppy item here. Don't do it. Very important. That's not a guppy item. And why would we expect it to be a guppy item now that I think about it? Because we have chaos. Okay. Hydrate. Scary moments. Very scary moments. And another curse. Hold up. What do we need? Yeah, I would hesitate to say that we need anything yet. We need to play with. I was just gonna say a huge helper would be the occasional Dagaz rune. Where? I appreciate it, because things got a little wonky there. But I was temporarily, admittedly, extremely mad. I was like, no. This is real dangerous. 100% focus temporarily. Wait for everything to purge. At this point, gotta take a chance on it, I think. 1 HP and no respawns down here. Real spooky. Any room could end you. If there's one mistake I made in this run, for sure, getting overconfident and taking chaos when we were on the guppy horizon was pretty dumb. What on earth do you do here? I mean, you have to suck it up, right? We got shot speed. Incredible. We can't get the HP. It's just not conceivable. Very, very easy room. Thank you. All I ask you is for some HP, you know, with some useful rune action. You gotta look for a secret room. Okay, I mean, I am willing to fight for this, but I was hoping a secret room would be close by. You never know, you could get a Black Lotus, for example. Dude, I'm so wary that we're gonna fight like the matriarch. And then it would just be over, for sure. But I think we've given our all right here. So it's really just up to this moment. Teratoma gives us a very realistic chance to have one more room of safety. We got Bomb Bag. And, I mean, why? You can't take the 1-up. I mean, you can, but what's the point, right? I guess you're getting closer to the fun guy transformation. Oh my god. This run is not messing around, dude. I really, in my head, I was like, well, if we make it this far, at least we're, you know, we're gonna get HP, possibly. Little did I know. So what comes next? This right here. Desperately seeking spirit hearts. We might want to just double all consumables. Like, we might want to double our bombs. And we're in real Isaac hours right now. Which I'm willing to give you all of my money. I'm also very concerned about BBF maybe accidentally hitting a fly or something along those lines. So I don't really care if it blows up the judgment. I just don't want to be there when it happens, you know? A pill. We don't know it. Do we take it or Yera it? Interesting question. Oh, cautious, please. I mean, I think at this point, it's tough because you'd much rather save a Yera for a guaranteed Spirit Heart. I don't know. I'm kind of just I'm biding my time right now. I have an idea, believe it or not. Yo, I wouldn't mind Mullaboom. Or wait, not Mullaboom. That's a curse. Skatole. Okay. Fair enough. What we're gonna do is blow up this vanity, see if we get a white pill. We do. It's one makes you larger. I'm glad we didn't double it. Luck up. Okay, here's what you do. You're gonna think that I have lost all of my mind. We are gonna use 4, if necessary, I'm walking on sunshine pills in order to facilitate and that's what makes you larger, right? In order to facilitate playing this thing right here. Okay. Fair. This is how you know I'm invested in the win, by the way. I'm begging you. I'm giving you everything here.
Feels like I'm walking on sunshine.
Okay. Well, it is what it is, boys. Here we are. What do you do now? I mean, I hate to say it, you kind of just keep playing these jokers right here. A single Spirit Heart. You know, we're not playing for 1 win right now. We're playing for, 40. I don't even know if this can give us a Spirit Heart at this point. What I do know is that I'm willing to give it every available ability and attempt. We did get 1 luck upgrade, so I'm kind of displeased with our performance so far. Even like another feels like I'm walking on sunshine pill. Please. We're like, it's the most inefficient system ever devised by mankind. Okay, so we only got red hearts out of that one. Well, we're almost good to go. I'm just worried I'm like a little out of practice at this point. After spending 12 minutes on this room trying to hold it together. I believe in you. Okay. What do you do now? Goodbye, my friend. You just work down the rest. The stack is unwinding. And we're going to be here. Now, I think you still keep the blood bank alive. Just on the off chance it could do it to you, you know? If you get another, feels like I'm walking on sunshine, for example. But this guy's got to go, clearly. Okay, he's got to go, like, in a bit, is the thing. It's all good. You know, I've come to terms with the fact I don't want the streak to end. We're going to play our best, and if Ed wills it so, then Ed wills it so. And then later I will rake myself over the coals for all the terrible damage that was taken, picking up BBF, taking Chaos, although, you know, even, I'm looking back and I'm like, Chaos just kind of feels like a bad dice roll. Like, we could easily have gotten a Guppy item from any other avenue. Almost walked right into the blood bank. Okay, I think we do a room. Be cool, boys. Oh! I saw my life flash before my eyes. I'm alive. Oh ho ho ho! Boom, ba boom, ba boom, boom. Boom, ba 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 boom, ba doo 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 doo. There's a tinted rock. The one time I do not want small rock. Oh, she's here. And I got a little story for you. Yes! What you thought was your daddy? And it, you know, this. I'm sorry, Eddie Vedder. Now, I still want to play with the urgency that I'm at 1 HP. You know, because like we almost. What did we get hit by? Yo, I'm scared. I actually don't know what I was hit by. But at least we're not dead. Maybe I blew myself up? Genius. Please, help me. I beg you, my friend, give me the gauze. Oh, he's hopping. The gauze rune. Save me. I am throwing myself on the altar of self-improvement in Isaac. Does not appear to be at the gauze rune. Dude, you know as well as I do, these bombs are more precious as HP than as anything else. Oh, I almost got tagged by my own shot. Maybe cool it on the enemies that shoot laser beams. Just throwing that out there. It's a possible opportunity for sadness. Thank you. I see no tinted rock. Please.
Luck down.
Flies. Oh, let's go. We're back. It's a blank rune. It's Dagaz. Oh. Oh, baby. Easy. Somebody told me this game was supposed to be hard. It's like, can you please come here? I would prefer not to put myself at the mercy of Chubb's speed. No! BBF, dude. You just made my list of things to never take again. With one simple play. It's alright, in a way. It's kind of nice to, you know, be scared all the time. Oh, I was almost... I panicked there. Thank you for saving me. Easy room. Thank you. Still 6 bombs. Still going strong. Mom's heart. Very scary fight right now. Don't get me wrong. You gotta check, dude. I'm seeing phantom tinted rocks. Like, I'm looking at these going... Wow, that was close. I'm looking at every single one of these going, are you a tinted rock? And I'm like, it is a tinted rock, but it's not. It's not a tinted rock. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's still on. Oh, I absolutely hate this. It's algaes. Bomber, dude. Very simple. I mean, rooms like this are not so bad, okay? You want to ice the minions that move fast. I didn't even see that guy coming around the outside. Like these guys. Top tier ice strategy, they gotta go. Every sack is a chance. It's another easy room, my word. Don't jinx yourself, but like, simultaneously, that's what you're looking for. Please don't make me do it. That's not a secret room. I mean, we would love bombs, but like, we gotta look for something. Though I hate to admit it. Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's a top tier dangerous moment. Long way to go. Keep in mind, eventually, my man's just shoots beams. That's fair. And the streak is over. I'm disappointed, because I think we could have won, but at the same time, I'm very proud of the way we played on the Descent. It does hurt me, though. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. And follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Northernlion to be notified when I go live in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. See ya. Womp womp.